EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the New York Jets. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Marty!
A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's looking deep for Bell. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Gotta go.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Trubisky hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the toss, Cohen. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
I'm still an old-school football guy, and anytime you see a big-time running play, that fires me up. And if I'm on offense right now, in the position they're in now, inside the 10-yard line, I think after the way they've run it, they've set themselves up for a good play-action pass opportunity right here.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Now Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the Jets have recovered.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. On 1st down, Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. Dancing to his left. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. New York set to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They go play action here on 1st down. Goes underneath for Bell. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 2nd down, Darnold. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Eluding. Here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked up by Leonard Floyd. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Now Cohen. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
This is Cohen on the toss. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call it student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called roast stem right or roast stem left, depending on the formation. 28 toss. And 28 toss was their bread and butter.
They run. This is Cohen. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Gotta go, gotta go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
I like the call. Inside the red zone running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. This will be caught just inside the 10. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that 1st down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They'll run forward Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears will extend their lead. Santos with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Jets. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Here's Darnold now on second down. That's caught right side by Anderson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Third and long, it's Darnold. And he's able to hit Joshua Bellamy. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw on second down is Darnold. And this is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Darnold from the gun. And he's got a noon one. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Now Bell. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert
and fire out and create some space in the run game.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Play action. It's Darnold. He may try and run for this. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Let's go, let's go. Check me out. We got 3 down. We got to stand up there.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Cohen. And he stopped immediately there. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Hurry, hurry! Three down, run!
Now it's Trubisky. Looking left sideline, it's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, That's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
A first carry now for Khalfani Muhammad. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Again, it's Cohen. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. The Bears on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, you got 3. Gotta go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Darnold on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and that'll bring up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Back there in that Philly. Here we go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Watch Safety Freeman.
On second down, it's Bell. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Darnold on third down. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to go. It's Darnold. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. This is Bell on the dump off. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the 50, it's Darnold, escaping the pressure right. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk.
Watch him now, Barney.
Back now at Soldier Field. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
No. Check. Patriot.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size,
This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come right.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack? Or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They try again with Cohen. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Now Trubisky to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Burton. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
Gotta go, gotta go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
3 down, 3 down. 58, right over there, right over there. We're go, let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Looking deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Every yard they gain, getting them better and better field position, and obviously a field goal makes this a 2-score contest. That's really all they need.
And that means for your play caller, he's not looking to the attack portion of his sheet, right? He's looking for, okay, what do we have that's going to keep us in a good spot? No lost yardage plays. Let's kick a field goal, go up 2 scores. If we score a touchdown, great, but that's not what you're really playing for.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? A give. This is Montgomery. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And the Jets set to take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now Darnold. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Darnold now to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Darnold. He'll buy some time right. Anuno's got it. Complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Gun! 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 Detroit! 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 Detroit!
4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Red, up! 18, 18. Up! 180! Red, up!
Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now it's Trubisky. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.